Well, here we go again. Hello, everybody. I need to take a few moments to do some final calibration here. You may see some funky things show up on the screen. If you do, please ignore them. I'm just making some minor changes here, mostly to sound and so forth. While I'm doing that, you'll all bear with me. I just got home, so that 40-mile drive, man, it gives you a lot of time to think, but not a lot of time to prepare. As usual, there's a 25-second gap between me and you, so if I don't respond right away, it's not because I'm not paying attention. Give me just a couple seconds here. You may see something a little janky. I apologize if so. Oh, there we go. That's pretty janky looking. All right, there we go. That should fix that. Let's see here. Aha. There we are. All right, and now. So, anywho, today is a bit different. And the way I say it's a bit different, more specifically, is that for once, I will not be hosting the stream alone. Or at least not the first part of it. I'm bringing on my good friend and colleague. A few of you know this individual from the chat. But you may not have seen what they look like. Oh, look at that. That's wow, that's like way up there. Just zoom. Real big. I'd love to rotate that, but I don't have the time, so we're just going to stick it on here and we'll have both corners. Now then, let me check up with the chat room, and then I'm going to initiate... Oh, hang on a second. You're getting some awful feedback, I just noticed. Sorry about that. Okay, I think we're almost ready here. Give me just one more minute to tweak. Okay, so what I need to do here is let's see here. Okay, so if I make that adjustment there. Oh, I know. Here we go. I just push this here. See, this tool has a lot going on. So hit that, there we go, hit OK, and I think that should just about do it. Let's give this a go. I think we're in.
Move locations real quick.
Hey, what do you know? Well, guys, thank you so much for your patience. You're probably going to hear a less high-quality mic than mine because I paid for a nice microphone so I could do this kind of stuff. My colleague here has not done this before, but I can assure you that their feedback will be more useful than mine. So I'm just going to flip the chat room over and take a bite of the dinner that I have not yet had a moment to grab.
Can you hear me? Okay?
I'm looking at this. We're already like 11 minutes in and I haven't said anything. But yes, we can hear you. Can you hear me?
You there?
I am. Hello. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Hey, what do you know? So,
I was like, I'm not getting any responses.
Yeah. Oh, you're getting me. You're getting me now. So tonight's surprise, everybody, is that for the first time, I am not going to be your only host. I am your only player. Sorry, you're still going to see the same level of skill that you always have come to expect here. But we have my good friend and fellow watcher of your guys is joining me for the commentary section. So, tonight, instead of doing my standard Nuzlocking shenanigans, I thought I'd give raid battling a shot, and I was advised that I could learn how best to do that if I spoke to my friend here. Now, unfortunately, to get her dialogue in, I have to mute my own audio, which means I can't hear what the game is doing. So you guys are getting all that sweet, sweet Pokemon composition, and I'm just like, I'm watching a silent movie at 60 frames per second. But if you guys are having any technical issues, now's the time to let me know. Otherwise, it's only been 13 minutes. Now is as good a time as any to get started. I'm going to head towards this giant bundle of light because that looks appropriate. One more thing. For the purposes of tonight, Nuzlocke rules don't apply. So if I faint during a raid battle, we'll consider it non-canonical, okay? So, any questions for me, Higgins?
Nope, you should be good. I don't know if you want me to try and join you with raids.
You're welcome to give it a shot. It's up to you. Right now, mostly I just need to make sure that everybody can hear you as clearly as they can hear me. You come through pretty clear to me, but that doesn't necessarily mean everyone else is going to catch it. So, in the chat, if y'all could give Higgins a round of applause and let them know that they are in fact with me. Or in fact with you. This is exciting stuff. The best part is we're not even in the same, like, general vicinity. We're hundreds of miles away from each other, and here in this fantastic little technological sphere we've created for ourselves, we can all appear to be in the same room. This also means, Higgins, you gotta keep an eye on the chat, so you can respond, in case I'm not.
Yeah, it's alright, no, I'm at least able to, I turned on overlay so I can, still hop onto the chat.
Good stuff, good stuff. Well, it looks like they can hear you. There are 5 people here, 4 likes, at least 1 dislike. I'm going to turn your voice up ever so slightly, Higgins, because you don't have the same advantage I do of being, like, immediately next to your microphone.
In regards to, Friffle Lee's comments, you said you thought I was a guy. You're not entirely wrong. I actually identify as being gender fluid, so either way, you are technically not wrong.
And as always, you guys don't get to know for me. I'm just going to leave you in the dark because I like playing it that way. I have here some Panda Express because, as I mentioned, I got home like 20 minutes ago.
And I will be grabbing my Switch, so I will be right back.
Alright, well, while we're waiting... While we're waiting, folks, why don't you all tell me about your week? I don't want to jump right into the stream without Higgins to coach me, because as y'all can tell, I'm not very good at this. So, talk to me, people. Oh, and by the way, this is an experimental thing, but there is a chance that we will do this kind of stuff more often in the future. I'll be honest, one of my favorite things about streaming with you guys is interacting with you people. And having live vocal feedback has a certain advantage to it, which is why it's fun to have 2 people moderating the chat. Also, if you haven't joined the Discord server yet, and you want to, I'll be honest, it's a little dead right now. There's not a lot of people saying things, but that doesn't mean we wouldn't love to have you. And even though I myself have a full-time job, I have no objections to you all talking about me behind my back. Nice things, I hope. Today's Friday on Memorial Day weekend, which is pretty cool because that means 3-day weekend for yours truly. Hopefully you guys are too. I see Tux here has gotten involved in Animal Crossing, as have I. I've been thinking about streaming Animal Crossing again, but I feel like y'all probably are playing enough of it to not want to watch me play it. Ooh, Mario Kart. Streaming Mario Kart would be fun, especially because I know there's a mod out there where you can actually play as Jeloetta. And I have modded Mario Kart recently to be able to play like 100 more courses with, I think, Gardevoir is a playable character. Have you heard about that, Higgins?
That sounds amazing, honestly. I have not heard of that, and it sounds amazing.
I'll have to look into streaming that for you guys. If you guys want to... Hey, if you guys like watching mods more and fan games and stuff, shout that out to me because, I mean, I love tinkering. I definitely love tinkering. I love tinkering with other people's stuff, especially, so... Don't worry, I'm not doing anything questionable. I'm not stealing. I never condone that. But I do like playing with things outside of the normal expectation. I see that school has ended for emo. That's good. So, yeah. Alright, Higgins. I'm going to take a bite. Walk me through what I should be doing.
Alright, so real quick, what you're going to want to do is hit Y. You're going to need to be on the internet in order for us to connect.
Okay. That's an easy enough thing to do. Now, obviously, you don't have the advantage of seeing what I'm doing directly, But I am listening to you. I think we would make... Okay, so... I'm connected now.
Alright. So,
now what do I do?
So you're okay, you're connected to the internet. I forget the video is always a little slower for me. So once you're connected, go ahead and go back into the raid.
Which button is that? Oh, is that back over here? Ah, not that.
Yeah, so you'll press A where the glowy beam is.
Oh, okay. Just... Oh, that's easy enough. Hey, I got 300 thingamabobs, and that is that a Whismer? It looks like a No, it's an ice type, so it can't be a Whismer. Hey, Friffle, thanks for making this your 5th stream. It's good to have you back. Tux, I agree. We would make a good avatar. By the way, Higgins, I'm probably going to interrupt you at least 3 or 4 times. Feel free to cut me off, too. I'm definitely not going to be offended.
You're good. You said it's an ice type. It's probably Galarian Darumaka.
Oh, that thing makes me uncomfortable. Let's fight it.
You're gonna... There should be an option to... I think it's the plus button, where you can set a link code.
Oh, okay. I'll make it a really easy code.
And
1, 2, 3, 4. Is that what you want me to do?
And then, it should be invite others after that.
Okay. Communicating, please stand by. You know, guys, I know I told you this like a dozen times, but I upgraded my internet connection a little while ago, and I am so happy because holy Toledo, I did not have a good one. We would never be streaming, ever. Like, literally never.
Alright, give me just a second. My controller's acting up.
Take your time. So, guys, obviously tonight is going to be a little more relaxed than a usual stream. Like, I know my streams don't tend to be too high tension anyway. But because it's so conversational, I would really like to hear just, you know. Hey, Sans has joined the chat. Y'all notice that? Somebody queue up Megalovania. Come on, do it. But in a Pokemon soundtrack. I want to hear that. I feel like I owe somebody an apology for that reference. Okay, but in truth, Megalovania is actually pretty catchy. Like, it took me a long time, and I still haven't played Undertale, but the song was like... Yeah. You guys. Let me think here. Hey, I can see you in the group. How many more people should I wait for, or do I just hit go?
You would just hit go, because if they don't have the code, they're not going to be able to join, so it'll just be us two.
Okay, and they'll throw in some AI characters, which will be fine. It's a
rank 1, so it's not going to be an issue.
Right, yeah. The battle has begun, or is beginning. I don't get to hear any of the sound. Guys, is this epic? It's a Togepi. Why did it say ice type? Togepi is a fairy.
Yeah.
I feel lied to.
Oh, you know what? That might be referring to the weather.
Oh, you know what? That is what it is. You can join my next raid. Sans, you can join my next raid. Whatever you say, Tux. Okay, so we just get in there and go at them, huh? Oh.
Pretty much.
Should I Dynamax?
Since it's a rank 1, they typically don't start with a shield. Once you get to like the 4 or 5 star ranks, they usually start immediately with a shield. God forbid you encounter a Dynamax Obstagoon, because that thing has 7 bars.
That's disgusting.
So, wow, okay. Instant KO.
Wow. I didn't even do anything.
That's what happens when the big B is there. Typically though, Gmax or Dynamax moves will knock out 2 bars. And sometimes, if you knock out all the bars, they'll immediately regenerate the shield, or they have to take another couple hits before they regenerate the shield. While shields are up, you cannot use any status effectors or conditional moves that cause poisoning, paralysis, etc. Because the shield completely blocks them out.
You know, if the goal is to confuse me, you're doing an amazing job. I kid. It's not your fault. The truth is, it's probably a lot easier than it sounds.
It's easier to understand when you've been doing it a lot.
That's fair.
I've done quite a few raids, especially after joining the Eevee cult group.
Oh, so... I didn't mean to do this. Give me a second. I gotta get out of here. I don't want to fight a pile of swine. This is not what I... Well, you know what? I can probably beat this up, right? Might as well get it done. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, anybody who wants to join the raid is welcome to do so. You can just use the link code that I put out. They don't need my friend code too, do they? You would know this better than I would. They got people who are like, let's get involved with this.
Oh yeah, as long as they have the link code, they should be able to join in.
Yeah, so I'll just put my link codes out up there, guys, and you guys can hop right in. Look at me, I'm beating up a pile of swine. It's 5 levels higher. Definitely got nothing to do with a type advantage. I'm not going to try to catch it, though. I just want to get this over with.
Hux, I see your comment about that Dynamax Wailord. And,
no, thank you.
I haven't encountered one, but I imagine it would be an absolute monster.
Yeah, that sounds disgusting.
Though I have to say, still the hardest one that I've had to fight thus far is still Obstagoon, just because of its 7 bars for its shield, which is honestly just absolutely ridiculous.
That seems like more trouble than it's worth.
It really is.
Okay, so one of my Pokemon got a little over-leveled. I guess I should let Mudkip learn Electro Ball, right?
Hey, I mean, it couldn't hurt, right?
Everybody's leveling up. I wasn't even trying to do this, doggone it. Okay, so... Try not to run into a tree. Ah, that frame rate. I love how I upscale this game to 30 to 60 frames per second, and it still drops at like 25 because of optimization. Big, fat quotation marks around that.
I just found a 5-star Gigantamax Eevee raid.
Well, how am I supposed to join you there?
Basically, I could just set up the same way that you did.
Alright, hit it.
Let me go ahead and set it up. If anybody wants to join, it's going to be up in just a second. The code, I'm going to put it in the chat. It's going to be 0355. If you know what the reference is to that, I applaud you.
I feel like I should just be able to push a button for this, but I'm overthinking it.
So now what you're going to do to join my raid is you're going to press on Y.
Okay.
And then you're going to change your filter to seeking.
How do I do that?
Oh,
there it is.
Yeah.
Found you. Haha. Okay. I gotta enter this code. I feel like I'm gonna get my rear end handed to me in this raid. Especially if there's only 2 of us. I don't feel like that is gonna go very well. Then again, you're severely overpowered. Like, so... Maybe I probably won't have to do anything. Okay, y'all, so, question for you. What's the hardest Pokemon you've ever had to catch? And by ever had to catch, I mean you caught it without using a Master Ball, but it still took like way more effort than it was worth. Hit me up. Tell me what you got. For me, in case y'all are curious, it's freaking Vulpix for some reason. Actually, it was Suicune. I had to paralyze Suicune. And the first time, it actually broke out of so many different Ultra Balls that it used Struggle and killed itself, and I had to restart. I was very offended.
Yoshi, in regards to your message, I'm going to leave the raid up until time runs out, so you're good.
Somebody get the Sonic the Hedgehog song going. Dun, 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 dun. This is why I don't sing for you all. Because then I would have no subscribers. Including Higgins.
There are 55 seconds left on the timer for anybody who wants to join.
So Tuck says maximum fluff. I don't know what Pokemon that is, but it sounds difficult to catch. That was a joke. Please nobody explain to me. I know. Or do explain to me. I don't care. Oh, Latios sounds like a pain.
25 seconds on the timer.
I once forced a Lunala into a Beast Ball.
That sounds like a monstrous challenge right there.
Actually, it only took like 6 tries. Alright, we got 9 seconds. I guess it's just you and me.
Looks like it.
Well, next time, guys. Don't worry, eventually we'll all get in, right? Tux, that sounds frustrating.
If we don't beat it, it gives us as many chances to fight it as we want, so we can always just do the race.
Round 67, right? The whole controller just shook and I wasn't even holding it, so I missed out on all that HD rumble. Well, I'm glad you don't care about bad singing, Emo, because that's the only kind I've got. So, Torkoal's using Drought. Seems reasonable. You know, I already have an EV that can Gigantamax, but why not do it again, right? I feel like you're gonna beat the tar out of this thing before I even have a chance. But I'll try using Double Kick. Iron Head. Ouch. Eevee is getting desperate. It just got here. How can it be getting desperate? Oh goody, 5 turns of having to smash Protect. I hate Protect already, but I really hate this one. Wow, I'm dead. I'm dead. I did nothing, guys. I accomplished zilch. Nada. The storm raging above you is growing stronger. And then he gets to use another move, which just...
They get to use up to 3 moves, so it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, it is. Which, come to think of it, is probably why I never got too much into this mechanic originally. Like, if you're just doing it by yourself, it's like, what even is the point? I cheered for my side. Whoop-de-doo. I'm sure that accomplished a lot. Somebody's filming me. Of course it avoided Iron Tail. Iron Tail is worthless.
So the thing about fainting in raids is it brings your Pokemon back every other turn, but you can only faint up to 4 times. There can be only 4 faints total between the 4 of us.
I love how the chat is just from 0 to, oh my gosh, Eevee screaming. Yeah, that, honestly, guys, mood. I can relate to that, Eevee. I've reformatted like 25 computer hard drives in the last... I'm gonna say in the last 2 weeks. Maybe more. Probably more. Helping hand? What? I was gonna say, why would you use helping hand? I know that's useless if you're on your own. Oh, my video game myth? I used to think that you could drive into the castle in Mario Circuit in Mario Kart 64, Tux.
When I was younger, I used to believe in the whole Mew was under the truck thing.
Remember when they also had a myth that Dragonite evolved into Yoshi? Remember that?
I do, and I remember being super confused about it.
I mean, while Yoshi definitely looks like it could be a Pokemon, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, I remember that one, Tux. I didn't experience it, but I looked it up.
I remember hearing something similar about there being a secret way to unlock Sonic, but that was for Melee.
Let's hear it, Emo. What do you got? What have you got? What do you got? So, question for y'all. Obviously we're doing the, you thought Waluigi was gonna be in Smash. Oh, the pain. The pain.
Poor guy just can't get a break.
Yeah, he really can't. Well, I mean, to be fair, he wasn't even originally developed by Nintendo, so, I mean, what'd y'all expect?
Okay, but look at how many characters they have now that are not from Nintendo. I mean, they freaking have Cloud from Final Fantasy. There's really no excuses at this point.
If you want my honest opinion, it's probably just Sakurai being Sakurai. Like, he is... I'm gonna say he's a very talented developer, but he clearly plays things to the beat of his own drum. And sometimes that drum is everybody else just going, what the heck are you doing? Oh, I'm about to die again. I've accomplished nothing. It's not very effective, but apparently I'm... You know what's funny? It says my Pokemon fell in love, but isn't Eevee... Historically, hasn't the effect of attract only worked on the opposite gender of the Pokemon? And Eevee is like 85% male.
This Eevee is actually female.
Oh, you know what? I can't actually see that, probably because my... Alright, well, I don't think...
When you choose your attack, it'll show the gender.
Oh, yeah! So this is actually a statistical anomaly.
Indeed.
Baby Waluigi. That's terrible, Tux. I don't ever want to see that. Baby Wario was bad enough. I remember when they did that, and I remember just being like, why would you do this? Lavender Town Syndrome? Okay, Emo, explain that to me, because I don't actually know what that is.
Wow, between the two of us, we actually took down this 5-star Eevee.
You did all of the work, you know that, right? Like, I was totally worthless for the purposes of this occasion.
Whether or not I actually catch it is a different story.
I'm gonna try my Great Ball because I don't have any Ultra Balls on me.
Gigantamax Pokemon have horrendous catch rates.
Yeah.
I still hate that Gigantamax Kingler with my entire being. Hey, I caught it.
I don't know if I've caught it yet. Hey Luke, good to have you here. Well, it's shaken 3 times, so it can only get worse, right? Oh, what do you... Hey! I got it!
Did you catch it? Hey, there you go.
I did. Too bad I can't put it in my party. It's like, I gotta hold on to this one. Okay, but yeah, of course I'm gonna give it a nickname. You know what? I'm gonna go with the inevitable. Y'all should have seen this coming like 6 months. Well, not all of you, but some of you should have seen this coming 6 miles away. So I'm going to take a moment now to tell you all that the design on the top left and the design on the top right were both drawn by Higgins. What this means, of course, is that they're a talented artist, and they're actually doing commissions right now. Now, they didn't know I was gonna just shamelessly plug them like this, but I am, because it's my stream and I can. That's right, folks. Here on YouTube, I don't advertise myself, I advertise other people. Obviously, I'm going to make a lot of money for myself in this one day. Now, in all seriousness, though, definitely check them out. Tumblr is the fastest way to get through to them. I think you could actually find the link to their Tumblr in my thing. And if you have any characters that you like designs of, or anything like that, I strongly encourage checking them out. I encountered a wild temple. This is ridiculous. I just want to raid. I don't want to fight these silly things. Blasts and flaming curses. Let me out of here. I got away safely. Okay, good. Good to see you, Ace. Hey, you guys don't need to apologize for being late, man. We're just getting started. Like, you're not missing. You haven't missed very much. We've only had 2 raids, and this next raid, I'm hoping, I'm going to join this next one, and I'm going to put the code open for you guys to join in. I don't know what I'm getting myself into, so let's give this a go. Okay, it's, oh, hang on. Yeah, okay, I messed that up, so give me a second here.
Hey Jello, I gotta hop out of the voice chat real quick. Dinner just arrived, but I will still be on the stream in the chat, and then I'll let you know when I'm back.
Sounds good. Okay, guys, so the code for this raid, if you want to hop in, is 8256. Hop in. At your leisure, of course. Invitations open. Please don't leave me to do this all on my own. Hey, I'll never say no to free advertising, y'all. I've tried paid advertising. So, funny story, while I'm waiting for you people to join the chat, you probably know this, but I've advertised once or twice on YouTube. Just little picture ads to see if I could gain a little bit more of an audience, and it's been sort of successful. Like, I have more subscribers than I used to, and it's good to have you folks who joined me because of that. Who got a lot of hate? Wait, what? Oh, Ace, yes, I saw your tweet. I even retweeted one of them. Thank you for that. Anyways, so as y'all know, I've done a little bit of advertising, and I actually had somebody once who came into the YouTube comment section just to tell me the fact that I advertised made them angry. And I remember wondering to myself if they recognized how YouTube as a business model actually works. Now, obviously, you know, some people do this to make money. I'm mostly doing it for fun. But it was funny having somebody be like, I despise you for advertising. And I was like, that's kind of how YouTube makes its revenue, my dude. I don't know what to say. Guys, I'm a minute and a half in and nobody's joined. Like, the code is 8256. Somebody help. Anybody. That's too bad, Yoshi. Why can't you join? Like, the code is public, isn't it? Isn't everybody supposed to be able to hop in? That one video, yeah. So, funny story for you all. You might not believe this, but my original education actually was in film. That's right, I wanted to make movies for a living. Obviously, I'm not doing that now. You can't join either, Luke? Okay, so why is that happening? Because this doesn't feel like it should be such an issue. I'm gonna slide Higgins off to the side here until they return, but it shouldn't... Like, I made the code public, so why is this a problem? Is it giving you guys some kind of error message, or what? I'm gonna have to end up doing this one on my own, it looks like. Regular invite, how does that work? Alright, well, I'm gonna have to do this one without us, it looks like. Alright, next one I'll figure it out. Tux, that's terrible advice, but thank you for it anyway. Yeah, Higgins will have to come back and tell me how that part works. So, Funny thing for you guys, I've been using Nintendo consoles for a very long time, but one of the things I've never ever been good at is online play, just in general. And that's partially because Nintendo doesn't do a great job with online play most of the time. Large chunk of their games really don't excel in that particular regard, as I'm sure you all are probably aware. Yeah, it's 1 star. I think I can take this on, especially with a type advantage. But, you know, I may have to figure out, like, where to put... I may have to figure out where to put all these Dynamaxed, or these raid battle Pokemon, because it occurs to me that putting them in my regular party lineup might really mess things up. Oh, jeez. Look at that, guys. I actually contributed to this battle. Maybe not very much, but still. Y'all hear me whispering? Another person just came into the room. You might not all know this, but I do not. Wow, what the? Dang, son. Overkill much? Wow, there's a lot to unpack in that maneuver. 3 stars when I'm going to need help. Well, in that case, if I end up hopping into a 3-star battle, I hope one of you people will come and bail me out. Let's make a box for the raid Pokemon. Yeah, that makes sense, Luke. Hey, y'all know, I don't know if y'all know this, but I actually caught myself a, is that Higgins rejoining? I just caught myself a, but I didn't catch it, but I sort of caught it. Anyways, moral of the story is, that I, have a, Magearna now, the original Colors Magearna, and I cannot do a darn thing with it because it's not backwards compatible with any games, and Game Freak didn't bother to import it into this one. So I'm in the unfortunately awkward position of having a really cool Pokemon that I cannot use for anything. But hey, I got Bounsweet, so that's cool. I think I'm going to call this one Purple Turnip. Yes, stories, let's hear them. While I name this Pokemon Purple Turnip. Oop, that's not how I spell turnip. There we go. Oh, Purple Tourney. Well, that'll work. You want to try to join the next raid, Ace? Okay, I'm going to get in there, guys, and I'm going to give you the code. Might as well grab this extra juice or whatever. I don't know if that's the word for it, but you know what I'm saying. Alright, here's another... Wow, that is a... Wow! Wow! Look at all those Duskull, my dude. That is a lot of Duskull. You need friend codes for joining the raids, huh? Oh, that's painful, Tux. Yeah, the internet is random, and some people are lonely, so they like to try to make, like... They like to make a splash. Okay, well, you know what, guys? Since this is an issue, I'm just going to throw my friend code up here for a moment, okay? Here we go. Enjoy. Hop in, have fun. When y'all got an input, let me know, cause then we gotta blah, 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 blah. Y'all should have it, so I'm gonna switch back now to the game. Alright, back in we go. Oh, server was interrupted. How rude. I gotta get back online now. Oh, friend request received. Hey. It occurs to me I actually have to answer these. Yeah. That's fine. Just Let me do this. Switch is really bizarre in this regard. To find your friend... I know, right? Honestly, the fact that Nintendo even still uses these makes me laugh my head off. Like, why? Hold on a second. You got 205 hours of YouTube time? Are you people watching me stream on YouTube? Well, I'm glad Apple at least made hardware that's durable, if nothing else. I always thought AirPods were kind of pricey. Did it ban it? I didn't even get to see it, Tux. I didn't even get to see that joke. So they must have really just auto bashed it. All right, I'm gonna try to join this one. Oh, did I do it again? I did it again. I pushed the button in the wrong order. I hate when I do that. Okay, so I'm gonna set my link code. Alright, this time the link code is 4712. I'm just picking these numbers out at random. Ha! Great one, Yoshi. That was awesome. Tux, that sounds painful. Like, the joke is good, but you can get penalized pretty badly by Google, honestly. Guys, it says we've been streaming for 45 minutes. Is that true? Have we really already been online for almost an hour? The rate we're going, man, we might have to might have to figure out some stuff. So I got a question for y'all. What are your guys' thoughts on Earth pods? Hey, to be fair, Earth pods have been around longer, and I would trust them more. No, but in all seriousness, what are your guys' thoughts on this Pokemon Mew U game? Are you guys enjoying it? Fire pods. Earth pods and fire pods, you people. You're clearly overlooking the water pods. You recorded my what now, Luke? How does that work? It's already recorded. How do you record my recording? Hey, there's Snorlax. Well, Yoshi with Snorlax. We got two people, guys. Come on. Let's get in a third one. How do you record an episode, Luke? What does that mean? Yeah, Mew U is interesting to me, but I am kind of confused about, like, how long it is and where it's going. And, oh my gosh, that game is... That difficulty level is a little bit punishing. Like, a little bit overkill. I get it, your starter's Mew, but did you have to make it like that? Tux, I believe that there's a law that indicates that anything can eventually conversationally lead back to, Oh, interesting, Luke. Well, what? Why do it that way? Can't you just download it with, like, YouTube Premium or something? Don't they let you do that? Alright, when we hit the 10-second mark, I'm just gonna go for it. Friffle, those pods that you're referring to right now, that's just called my commute. Just a bunch of screaming. Not my screaming, other people screaming. I listen to Sherlock Holmes audiobooks while I drive to and from work. It makes me feel less sick. Something to do with my brain. Although it was it felt like a really long drive today. I missed a few of my turns. I got where I needed to, but yesterday I locked myself out of the car entirely, so I'm gonna call myself good. All right, well I've only got Yoshi here. I guess you guys will join me for the next one, yeah? Because we gotta get started. In we go. You guys are the best. So we've got me, we got Yoshi, and we got Giant Psycho Kitty. Well, I appreciate it, Luke, but right now I'm not seeing a dime from it. YouTube doesn't pay me for any ads that they're running on my channel. So if they're running ads, I don't know anything about it. I have a good speed stat. That's a nice start. Good, good. Max Mindstorm. Well, that looks like it's gonna hurt. And it did hurt, but not as much as I thought it would. Death Spare. That seems appropriate. Well, that Togepi did boo diddly. Snorlax over here. Wow. Jeez. Okay, Snorlax is a little bit crazy. Let's just use Flame Charge again. Oof. I'd play a Pokemon game where Yoshi was a viable Pokemon, but don't they just call that Smash Brothers? I mean, could be just me guessing. Alright. Well, I smacked that thing. Yeah, I don't get... Yeah, I appreciate you guys trying to sponsor me and all, but, right now, I don't get paid anything by YouTube. In fact, to be honest, I've been considering putting together, like, a Patreon or something like that. What are your guys' thoughts on something like that? Like, be honest with me, would you be... If I came up with, like, a rewards tier and everything, would you all be interested in participating in something like that? And my feelings aren't going to be hurt if the answer is, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I've only given a little bit of thought into it. Like, one of the ideas that I've had is that I could make my unedited clips available. You guys don't get to see all the nonsense I go through, just a chunk of it, because if I showed you all of it, all of my videos would be 45 minutes to an hour, and who wants to watch me suffer for that long? Alright, well thank you, Yoshi. Thanks to your fantastic efforts, we caught an Esper. I love Esper. Esper is a perfect representation of what 2020 has been. In fact, you know what? I'm just gonna call it that. Well, Emo here would be willing to sponsor me. Just a little, yeah, it'd be a really silly, casual little thing. And I'm one of those people who's not a big fan of putting, like, really important stuff behind a paywall, so it wouldn't be like, oh, suddenly you don't get to watch all my videos. It'd be more like, hey, do you want to see some bonus clips I put together, or me suffering even more without any of the editing that I normally put on it? Because, you know, you gotta edit this stuff. But if you guys don't have much interest in that, my feelings are not going to be hurt. There's a reason I don't publish it, after all, under normal circumstances. There's more raids over here, and I'm just going after them. Well, Tux here likes longer videos, so who knows? Maybe there's a maybe I have a potential sponsor in Tux. Luke does not seem to agree. All right, guys, this is a temp hole. I'm gonna set up a link code. 4398. All right. Hop in. Luke, if you don't want to see me suffer, then you need to convince me to stop playing Mario Maker so much. Since this is a water type, I don't want to bring him into this, so I'm gonna make it V's problem, because I can. I've got some other ideas too, like some behind the scenes footage. You guys could see pictures of the scripts I use for when I like do pre-recorded videos. So like I have some ideas for what a Patreon would entail. I'm just not sure like if there's enough of a reason to do it. And I don't want to be one of those YouTubers where it's like, hey, every other video I'm going to tell you why you should give me money. I have nothing against people who like do that, but I've always found it a little bit awkward. So I just want to be sensitive to the fact that that may annoy some people. So I'll just ask for a vote. If you want me to look into making some kind of Patreon, shout it out. If not, shout that out too. Seriously, I'm in a weird situation. I'm in a weird situation where I have just enough subscribers to be considered doing successful, but a small enough crowd to actually be able to talk to people and not just have like 78 messages in the chat room that I never have a chance to keep up with. I watched some other Ooh. Huh. Hey, y'all catch that? Higgins, tell them more. Put that sales pitch in there. That's a pet peeve of mine, Yoshi. I like to keep it short and sweet. Why do you think all of my videos begin with the phrase, "Hello, everybody"? Because at the end of the day, there's not much else for me to add. Captions, huh? So I put my friend code out for you people to join, but I only got one friend request, so you know. Yeah, sell them, Higgins. How is this going to work? So, for those of you who are wondering, by the way, right now I've got like 4 different artists who've drawn Jello in the past, and I'm always looking for new people. Like, so if you know somebody you can recommend, we gotta hop in. It's gonna be just me and Yoshi again. Oh, by the way, what are you eating for dinner, Higgins? While you explain how this Patreon is going to work. You hear that? You guys get extra artwork. I'll tell you right now, I've always been a fan. Higgins and I, if you guys don't know this, and I thought I'd mentioned it, but if you don't know, just in case, we actually work on a project together where I do the writing and Higgins does the art, so we've done collaborative stuff. Basically what I'm saying is you should support us, but like, you know. I'm a starving artist, okay? Feed me. Okay, I'm not literally starving, but I like to think of an artist. I appreciate the thought, you know. Hey, Friffle, I like seeing artwork, so if you... Wow. Okay, I like seeing artwork, so even if you don't think it's the best, that doesn't mean I don't want to see it. Who has a butler? Hold on, what? What did I miss? I'm confused. What? Who are we talking about? Oh, I got another friend request. I'll hop in on that shortly. You all can hear Evie, but I can't, so you guys are making jokes, and I'm like, I don't even know what they sound like, so, you know. Hey, I like fan art, guys. Tweet it out to me, share it to me, comment it, please. I know some people think they're not artistically very talented. I can't draw anything, so I'm really never ever the one to give you, like, editing, I'm good at that. Drawing, not so much. There's a reason that all of these characters are all these images are outsourced. Oh, one of the NPCs. Okay. I just caught on to what you were talking about, Friffle. I'm gonna call this thing... I'm just gonna call it Tad. Tad. Just send it to a box and call it good. Hey, Ace. Okay, so I'm gonna hop into the old friend thing again and get these other friend requests logged in, and then we'll do another Jello cycle. And we'll hop into the next one. Okay, so yeah, I'll give some more thought to the... I wasn't trying to do that. I'll give some more thought to the, definitely show it off then, Yoshi. Let me see it, Ace. Come on. All the fan art. Hit me up. But anyway, I'll give some thought to the whole Patreon deal, but like I said, I have to firm up some details. And again, if it bugs you guys, or if it, more specifically, if it's just not something you're interested in, like, it doesn't have to happen right away. I can do it some other time. Hey, you're always welcome to draw, Jello. I'm never gonna complain about that. That includes you, Tux. You promised me that you were gonna draw Jello one day. I'm gonna hold you to that. Alright, today the code is 5217. 5217. Invitations are open, folks. Hop in. The easiest way to do it, Beta, is to tweet me at Jeloetta. At Jeloetta on Twitter is the fastest way to get through to me. If you guys prefer, you can also join, if you haven't, you can join the Discord server. I will drop the link for that briefly. Well, Tux, if it helps, Jello is the kind of character who's pretty much good at any pose. You can make him shy, you can make him flamboyant. It works everywhere, so let me just drop the link to the Discord channel in the chat room. We did a limited launch at first because small channel, new server, yada yada yada. Oh, hang on a second. I see Higgins is back. Ta-da! Welcome back.
I return.
Good to see you. You got 2 minutes if you want to hop into this raid battle with what I assume is a Stuffle.
That indeed looks like a Stuffle. Let me hop back in.
Yeah, so there you go, guys. For those of you who have not hopped in, I'm gonna slide. See? Real smooth. I'm a smooth criminal. Well, have a good night's rest, Emo. Appreciate you joining us today. But yeah, tweet me, Discord me. Yeah, about that, Friffle. Felix apparently couldn't make it. He messaged me in advance saying he would not be present. Unfortunate, but unavoidable.
Jello, what was the
that would be the dryer. It's 5217. So anywho, let's see. Yeah, those are the best ways to get to me, guys. Generally speaking, Twitter and Discord. I don't, well, that's 3. Alright, let's do this. We've got Yoshi and Nell, who, for those of you who missed it, are, that's Higgins. The Splatfest. Good question, Beta. I have thought about that. It is, after all, the last Splatfest that will ever be held, possibly for years. And so there's a part of me that wants to, but at the same time, it's like, I haven't picked up Splatoon in a while. You guys saw my last Splatoon video. It mostly started off with me doing my best impression of a failure. There were a lot of Furret jokes, though, and it's always good to have Furret, right? Okay, I'm gonna try to Dynamax for this, Higgins. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I just realized my monologuing might be hard for you to get past.
No, you're good.
Right big. You didn't see that joke coming a mile away.
Perfect.
Thank you. So that one had to be obvious from like 30 feet away, right? I'm sure the glasses weren't nearly as bad as you think, Luke. See, here's the thing, guys. I don't mind seeing, like, first attempts or anything like that. If you've ever watched the first video on this channel, you'll realize that even though I've had, like, education in this stuff, I'm still learning. There's a lot of things I gotta do. And, like, it's okay to admit that you don't know everything right off the bat. And a lot of the artists I've met are way harder on themselves than they should be. Like, if you ever want to have some fun, look up Relic Search on Tumblr. Relic Search is a project that I've worked on with Higgins. And I love that it's an ongoing comic based in a mystery dungeon-esque kind of fashion. But I'll say it took us a little while to kind of get into the zone for what we wanted to do with it. Isn't that right?
I definitely am enjoying Relic Search. It's definitely come a long way from when we first started in more ways than one.
Yeah, I mean that's true of everything. So everything I think that we've worked on together. That's another thing, guys. In case y'all don't notice this, generally speaking, I'm a fan of collaboration. Oh, really, Beta? I did not know that. I'm gonna have to look into that. Hey, wait a minute. Can I cross this bridge? Can I cross this bridge? On a bicycle? I sure can.
Yeah, you can, but
That's a Snorlax.
you might want to be careful just because the Pokemon over there are going to be higher level.
I was gonna say, I noticed the Snorlax almost immediately. Heck, dude, these guys are big.
Yeah.
Oh, the frame rate just dropped to like 20. Ugh. Way to optimize, Game Freak. Fantastic job. I'm sure you all have noticed this. Like, I try not to be overtly critical most of the time. But when it comes to Pokemon games, I love the games and have issues with the developer. That's the best way I can explain it to people. Isn't that about right, Higgins? Isn't that more or less the approach I give off? It's like, yeah, great games.
Pretty much.
Could have a few things to say towards those developers. And I'm not saying I could do it better, by the way. Like, I am terrible, absolutely terrible, in case y'all don't know, at visual formulation. My whole thing is writing. That's what I do. Writing and filming and editing. But, yeah, I don't make anything resembling a claim to visual imagery, but I do know what a phoned-in thing looks like. And every once in a while I'll be like, huh, well that was clearly rushed out the door. I think of that whenever I hear about Super Mario 3D World. Sweet, Luke. I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at it when I get a chance. So right now it says there's 8 people watching. My computer might be a little slower, but hey, look at that. I didn't catch Munchlax, but I beat up Munchlax. That counts, right? That's extra stuff. Anyway, Higgins, we were talking, and you obviously were, a part of this. But you were, you were discussing with me, dang, I lost it. I totally lost my train of thought. That's so
Sorry,
rude.
I do that all the time.
It's so rude. Well, anyway, oh, I think what I was gonna say is I was gonna ask you to explain, what it is that inspires you visually. Like, and let me put that question in some context for you people. So when I make videos, I don't know if y'all know this, but I gotta start each video with like a basic idea. But that basic idea can take any series or kind of shape, because I don't commit myself to being 100% on top of any one thing. Like,
Real quick,
so
Jello, I found another 5-star EV raid.
Oh, did you? I'm gonna get in on that.
If there's anybody else who wants to join, I'll repost my friend code.
Why does it do this? Nope, I don't actually want to battle. See, this is one of those things that gets on my last nerves about Pokemon. This whole part of the menu feels so phoned in. Like, I don't see you. I don't even know how to filter it.
Go back real quick at the bottom where it says search stamp.
But, oh, okay. Here we go. Seeking.
And then you're gonna select seeking.
Well, it didn't find anybody.
Yeah, I haven't actually put the raid up yet.
Oh, well, then I'll stop being an
yeah,
impatient
yeah.
turkey then. Oh, crap. I just got into a battle. Hang on, I gotta get out of here. How did this
It's gonna be
happen?
the same code 0355, which I have also posted in the chat.
0355. Okay, is that a Scraggy? Oh my gosh, I'm being assaulted by Machop. I'm really over Machop. That's a good question,
and the
Tux.
raid is up.
Okay.
Tux, in regards to your question, I've been drawing since I was old enough to hold a crayon, so pretty much since I was like 3, I've been drawing. I was self-taught up until pretty much college. I went to the art institutes, which I'm just gonna say right here, never go to an art institute unless you want to be screwed over.
Hey, pardon your French. This is a PG stream. No, I kid.
But college was where I basically got official training, and I actually majored in media arts and animation. So yes, I do know how to animate both 2D and 3D, but I'm just gonna say right now it is a huge pain in the butt.
So, building off of that answer, because Tux also asked about my history in film, funny story for you all. My first media recording device was an MP3 player that had 256 megabytes of space on it and was capable of making MP3 recordings through a microphone that they put on the side. Now, in retrospect, that microphone was absolutely dreadful, but I used it to record myself doing shows all of the time. One day, my old neighbor, who ironically is now my boss, gave me an old Windows XP computer that he was no longer using, and I discovered this nifty little thing called Windows Movie Maker. And I figured out that you could align images and other fun stuff on a timeline, and I learned how the very basics, if you will, of non-linear editing. From there, I decided that what I wanted to do, naturally, was get into more storytelling stuff. But I didn't decide I wanted to do film for a living until my junior year of high school. And then when that happened, I decided to hop in to a college where I went and studied filmmaking for 4 years. My degree is in mass communication. And basically, they taught, in my case, my training was understanding how story structure functions, what it is that gets audiences interested, how to develop meaningful characters, how to develop particular tones for each character. Like, it was a lot of it was about refinement, and then a lot of it was about understanding how people perceive the world around them and how that relates back to the way we interpret storytelling. And so even though some of the stuff I write can be very far-fetched, I always get to this point where my mind goes, okay, if I don't believe that this character could actually exist, then I'm not writing them properly. So, you know, it's funny because Windows Movie Maker these days, I mean, yeah, it's but at the time, it was pretty solid to 13-year-old me because it was the first thing I'd learned. But anyways, that's funny, I don't want a Dynamax. Yeah, basically, I decided I wanted to learn how to do this, and I committed myself to it, and so it's funny because I put over 750 hours, I counted, by the way, actually it was closer to 800 hours on film sets. I shot for every scholarship I could. I graduated at the top of my class, and here's what I've learned. None of that stuff really matters if you can't tell a story that people care about. And so I consider myself very fortunate to have been able to internalize some of the lessons I learned. And Higgins here, as I mentioned, we are collaborators on a lot of projects. Higgins tells me, and this is not to boast, but this is just what I'm told, that part of the reason the projects we work on together are so much more enjoyable for them is because of the fact that my understanding of narrative seems to create characters that they can easily bring to life. And so I consider myself fortunate to have a partner who understands where I'm coming from, because any good storyteller knows that you need collaborative assistance to make anything truly meaningful. But I'm also, in a sense, certified, if you will, in being a storyteller. So sometimes I'll just tell people when I'm introducing myself that I'm basically a professional storyteller. Anyway, that's a lot more long-winded than any of you wanted, and Higgins might be shaking their head and going, none of that stuff that you said about me was true. None of it.
No, you were correct. Real quick, Ace, you probably couldn't find it because you have to send a friend request. If you still want to add me, I did post the friend code in the chat.
Texas comment is interesting. Yeah, you're not wrong. One of the reasons I don't watch the movies very much these days is because I know without going into the theater exactly what the story is going to be. Like, I already know in advance. I'm not going to be surprised by anything. And I will be honest, that disappoints me. I really wish that the people who pay for... Because here's the thing, guys. There are lots of creative people out there who are excellent storytellers and want to make meaningful stuff. But they can't because Hollywood is run primarily by business people. And business people are good with numbers, but they're terrible with narrative. They don't care if it's a good story. They care if the story will sell. Which is why we're now dealing with Marvel movie number 437.
And Spider-Man retelling number 556.
Now, that isn't to say that those movies don't have merit of their own. I think that a lot of films, even the goofy, corny blockbusters, have some value. I'm not I don't want to be one of those snobs who says, well, it's not a deep and meaningful story, so it means nothing to me. No, bleh, get that right out of your head. But it would be a lie of the grimmest nature to say that a movie like Field of Dreams and a movie like Frozen 2 are anywhere on the same level of emotional depth. Now, fantasy is not a bad thing, but I still believe that fantasy should create characters that we can still in some way relate back to our own experience. So, yeah. Basically, the reason Hollywood is full of garbage is because the artists don't get to make the things they want to. They have to make the stuff their bosses tell them to make. Which is why I'm on YouTube. Well, not the only reason. But I don't have any bosses here, so. Good night, Emo. Thanks for sticking around. If you all want to support us, by the way, oh, it broke free. And it
I got it.
I didn't get it.
Probably for future reference, the best Pokeballs to use in raids to catch Pokemon are typically repeat balls or dusk balls.
That sounds great, but I'm so early in the game, I don't have any of those yet.
Like I said, future reference.
Also, I was trying to go the opposite of deeper into the wild area, and I'm back in the wild area. Okay, so funny story about Field of Dreams. I'm not a huge fan of Kevin Costner movies in general, but Field of Dreams, oh my gosh, I didn't want to fight this thing. It literally just spawned 2 milliseconds in front of me. But anyway, I encountered Field of Dreams back in college. And the reason I encountered Field of Dreams was because my professor gave me a project. I ran into another Pokemon. I didn't even realize that was a Pokemon. Anyway, my professor gave me a project. He said, okay, I want you to watch a movie. And I want you to watch a movie from this list. He gave me a list, which is, you know, I know, right? Like, who watches a list of movies? Well, I do. But what was interesting about this particular set of films was that they were all movies that were kind of about the human experience. Another one that he recommended to me was actually a movie called Ordinary People. Now, I don't know if you've all have ever seen it. If you have, fine, that's good. If you haven't, don't. It's an incredibly difficult movie to watch. It's a good movie, very well done, incredibly painful, and handles some themes that are very, very difficult. So I do not recommend the movie wholeheartedly because it's got a lot of stuff in it that I myself would not feel comfortable writing into a story that I was responsible for making. That being said, after I decided I didn't want to watch Ordinary People, I decided to go with Field of Dreams. I watched the movie 4 different times. Once normally, once where I was only listening to the sound, once where I was only watching the movie, and once where I watched the movie but I turned the TV saturation down so it was all in black and white. You may be going, this is an exercise in futility. Why would you do something like that, Jello? And the short answer was, I was trying to gain additional perspective to better understand how the way we perceive a story can impact its meaning. And what I learned from my studies was that even a little thing, like the way a film is colored, or the way the audio is shot, or the way the director directs the actor to say a particular line, all of those things can drastically impact the way we understand narrative. And that desire for subtlety, that understanding of the little things, I don't always incorporate that into my own stuff, but it's something I always aspire to. By the way, guys, if I'm rambling or telling you stuff that you really don't need to know, feel free to cut me off or shut me up. Higgins is here, of course, and I'm like, I'm going to tell you my entire life story now. I brought another host on so I could talk over them the whole time. I didn't even get a sardonic laugh this time. Higgins, where'd you go? Well, this is fine. Oh, Higgins, where art thou? Oh yeah, no, I agree with you there, Tux. Those old horror flicks were definitely very intentional in the way they were made, and I will say well executed, but not in the same way that a modern horror flick is meant to just shock you to death. So, guys, Higgins appears to have vanished. I'm not sure where, but I'm gonna try to get their attention. Anyways, you're asleep, huh, Friffle? Well, sorry for waking you up. I think Higgins must have been called away, so while I wait for that... Oh, apparently they don't hear me. Can you all hear me? Hang on a sec. So apparently the conversation dropped because nobody can hear me. Or at least Higgins can't. Can you all hear me? Okay. Let me troubleshoot this. Okay, the mic's coming through fine there. Let's refresh this page real quick. Is that better?
Oh, there we go. I can hear you again.
Okay. Well, okay. So I don't know if you don't know this, but everybody else does. You cut out right as I was busy telling people, like, a whole bunch of stuff. And then I made this awful joke about how I invited you to help me co-host the stream, but I was talking over you the whole time and wouldn't shut up about my life story. And then you didn't laugh, you didn't chuckle, you didn't do anything. And I was just like, I might have hit that a little too close to home.
So in other words, really bad timing.
I'm just like, oh, this is live, and I actually did mess this up.
Oops.
Yeah. Okay. I found an EV battle. I'm gonna hop in.
Perfect.
Oh, dang it! I did it again. I keep forgetting I have to set the code first. I don't know why.
If you hit B, you can cancel the raid.
Yeah, no, I do that, but it's just like, okay, my code is going to be 2580, people. 2580. Hop in. Let's do this. 2580. Woo! Anyways, I apologize if that was too many words. One of the things I'm not known for is brevity of speech. Higgins can attest to this.
It's not a bad thing, though.
Thank you for covering for me. I appreciate that.
Hey, somebody's got to talk.
Hey, there's Yoshi.
Know a lot.
Yoshi's bringing in Golissopod. Golissopod. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know that's not what's... Yeah.
Tux, there's a reason why Duskfee is part ghost.
Look at that. We got a fourth player. Who's I Never? Is that Ace? I'm willing to bet that's Ace. Alright. Let's hop in. We got four people. This is the first full raid. It only took an hour and a half.
You can't rush perfection.
You really can't. Good to have you, Ace. Alright, let's do this. Hey, I got Dynamax energy. Woo. Hey, somebody sent out a shiny Eevee. What a cutie. I want me a shiny Eevee. You know what, guys? I'm gonna try to Dynamax for the heck of it. Is it massive overkill? Probably. Am I doing it anyway? Yup. Bubsy Bobcat voice. What could possibly go wrong? So, game 2. That is a big boy.
I like how Gigantamax Eevee is just like super fluff.
Well, somebody just one-shot at Eevee, so that was interesting. Was that you?
That would be Inteleon.
Ah, okay. Good job. Good job, Ace. I didn't even have to accomplish anything, or add anything, or do anything. Just sat here and it was suddenly like, whoopsh. Alright, let's try my friend's ball. Because why not? I'm gonna have so much candy after this.
Okay, but those candies are like super helpful.
Oh, I plan on spamming my Pokemon with them. Y'all remember Miiverse?
I never really got to do anything with that, so...
I used to have friends on Miiverse. Like, actual friends. Before Tumblr, even. Wow, we caught it.
I caught it in a Pokeball.
I caught it in the friend ball.
Which is actually really good because typically the apricot balls tend not to have a really good catch rate with Gigantamax Pokemon. So that is pretty fortunate.
I like living on the edge. Well, I hope you're feeling better now, Friffle, because that sounds unpleasant. Tux has gone completely silent in the chat, Higgins. He's like, okay, I asked them both a question, and I got a biography. I don't want to make that mistake twice. No more words from me. Well, that was a good raid. I'll admit, it felt a little shorter than I thought it would be. I got a Thunderstone.
Whoa.
I got a Thunderstone. I just got a Thunderstone. I need to evolve somebody with it. Ooh, you know who I could evolve? You know who I could evolve? I could evolve Mudkip into a Raichu.
No, you actually...
Oh, right. That is rude.
Gigantamax Pokemon cannot be evolved.
So what you're saying is I need to make Mudkip faint as quickly as possible.
If you want a Raichu, then yes.
What am I supposed to do with all these items I can't even use? Oh, Tux left? That's too bad.
Did they leave?
It is kind of late for them. A lot of the folks who watch this are 3 hours ahead of us, Higgins. You and I are the only
Tux
ones.
is still here.
Oh, Tux is still here?
Yeah.
Nodded off. Oh my gosh. You hear that? I'm so exciting. I made the guy fall asleep.
I was gonna say maybe it was just so comforting that he fell asleep.
Comforting. Yeah, let's go with that. It's definitely not that. It's definitely not me rambling. It's the reassuring sound of my voice. That's what it is. Yes.
Exactly.
That's what I'm going to tell myself.
I found a Pikachu 3-star den.
Ooh, I want in on that action.
It's a Pikachu that you could actually evolve.
Sure, I'll do that. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'll hop in.
Alright. Same code as before, 0355. The raid is now open.
I gotta hit seeking about 6 different times, it looks like. It refuses to find you. This is ridiculous. Who designed this system?
You're not on seeking.
What am I doing wrong? Because I'm definitely pushing seeking.
Why is it doing that?
My guess
go
is
ahead and
because
refresh.
that seems
Go ahead and
reasonable.
refresh.
Okay.
Is it showing up for you now?
Nope. It doesn't know who you are. And now a Duskull has assaulted me.
You pressed X to refresh. Ace, the code is 0355.
Let's try this again. I mean, to be fair, Tux, that is a rather melodious sound. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Found you. Okay, what did you say the code was?
Okay,
Oh, 0355.
0355.
That's convenient for you.
And for anybody who didn't know, that happens to be Duskull's number. Because Duskull is my favorite Pokemon.
Seems reasonable. To this particular battle, I'm going to bring... I'm gonna bring my Vulpix, because why not?
And I'm going to be using the Big V.
Naturally. Waiting for that last player. While you're doing... Hey, while I'm gonna check on the Discord server real quick. Why don't you take over and say some funny stuff?
I can't say I'm very funny, but
Well, that's okay. I'm not either, but people keep watching me.
Anybody wants to ask, feel free to ask away.
Oh, take care, Friffle. I've got a question for you, Higgins.
What's up?
What is it about... What is it about a character's development that intrigues you? Like, what kind of what does it take for a character to really get into your imagination and make you go, I want that? What a pretty Pikachu.
I think the biggest thing for me, it's not even like if they're a bad guy or, you know, the hero of the story. I think relatability has a lot to do with it, as well as like, I love seeing them develop as a character. Not something as simple as like one of the things I hate the most is the supposed like romantic stories where, you know, the fat chick who wants to go out with some hot guy and so she has to lose a lot of weight. Things like that I hate because that's not even character growth.
No.
I think one of my favorites definitely is Zuko from Avatar, just because he had such a huge turnaround, but it wasn't so out of line to where it was like totally out of character. He had a lot of inner growth where he just developed as a person overall, and just ended up being like one of the best friends in the group. So development like that definitely is one of my favorites, especially when a character learns to basically open up to everybody else if they tend to be more reclusive. Just learning how to open up to people that they trust is definitely a big thing for me too.
I got you. Yeah, So why do you read any of the stuff I write again? I'm listening to that and I'm just like, I don't think I've hit any of these targets.
Tux, in regards to your question, so Dusty is, for those of you who don't know, is half Flaffy, half Dusk Noir. Originally, it was going to be Knuckle because that's my favorite Pokemon, but Dusk Noir has a lot of really cool features on it that I wanted to use, so I ended up going with Dusk Noir instead. As for the Flaffy, my very first character that I created to represent myself is a sheep, which is where the nickname Higgins is from. And so I wanted to keep sheep characteristic with Dusty, and so I ended up choosing Flaffy because of it being bipedal, so it can walk around like a human and basically do things that people do instead of walking around on all fours like Mareep. The only reason I didn't choose Ampharos was just because I like that Flaffy has all the fluff on it. So that's pretty much why I went with Flaffy instead of Ampharos.
I'm about to join another raid. The code is 6521. You guys are fun. You ask a good question, and Higgins has a good answer. You ask me the same question. Why do you have a Jeloetta? And I'm just like, I like Jeloetta.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, hey, they're both good reasons, but it's. See, this is the difference. One of the major differences, because as I mentioned, you guys, Higgins and I collaborate on a lot of stuff. In fact, we have got a uber secret special project that's gonna go and rock the world, of course. But oh, here we go. That's 4. But what's interesting is, as you mentioned, as you just saw, they have this ability to kind of visualize the reasoning behind the design choices they make, whereas I'm more of a... It's more just kind of the emotion of all of it and how it kind of plays into the chemistry. So I'm terrible at visualizing in that regard, but it's a really good... Oh my gosh, Gothita. Wow, Gothita's not so terrifying until it becomes...
This was gonna be an Esper raid.
I thought it was an Esper raid too, and now it's like, nope, that's just a gigantic Betty Boop.
I don't even like Gothita.
Yeah, it makes 2 of us, but hey, at least we won't feel any guilt about beating it up. Tux, to answer your question...
everybody gets to see my obnoxiously bright obsidian.
Tux, to answer your question, I think a Mew Jeloetta fusion would be fantastic, and if somebody wants to make that, I will not complain.
Okay, that'll be tonight's post.
If you're going to do that, why not just fuse cast with someone? I mean, you've done it before.
It'll be cast and, how do you pronounce your name? Adena?
Kamina?
Kamina, thank you.
Kamina's never even been allowed to show up on the blog before. Are we gonna start just doing the cross-referential stuff now?
That's all we need to know.
I mean, why not, right? Tux, that's horrible. Don't ever say it again. Listen, Higgins, if you're going to bring Kamina into the mix, you realize we're going to have to dedicate a whole other chapter to explaining them. There's a multiverse related to these characters, and that cast does a bunch of interdimensional travel. Are you sure we feel up to explaining that right now?
It was probably going to be happening at some point anyways.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, hey. Yoshi has an excellent idea. Did you see that?
Supposed to be from that Duskby times Jeloetta. That actually might be interesting.
I could see it being interesting. Of course, we both use different mod sonas entirely on the...
That's true. Since technically my Pokesona on our blog is a Shadow Lugia.
And I'm a Dragonite, for those of you who are curious. Did I cut you off? I wasn't trying to cut you off.
No, I'm actually trying to... Let's do both. Because why not?
A four-way fusion.
We have the personal Pokesona and the blog Pokesona fusions.
That would be interesting to see, like, what kind of energy you got off of something like that.
I'm actually probably going to do that. So
Hey, Higgins,
thanks to Yoshi for the idea. I will be doing that.
Yeah. Do you wanna drop like the link to our collaborative blog?
Yeah, let me go ahead and
Yeah. If you all are interested in seeing what kind of stuff I help create and what Higgins helps create, this basically what I'm doing when I'm not doing this. Tux already knows. Tux here is a veteran, so Tux has been here since the old days.
okay, but Ace, having Corviknight for a Pokesona is absolutely fantastic because Corviknight is definitely one of the awesome Pokemon out there. So I totally support that decision.
You want my brutal opinion? The only Pokemon that doesn't make a good Pokesona, and I mean the only one, is probably Garbodor. Alright. I got another one.
Depends on how it's done.
I got another one. We got code 8541. It's a normal flying type Pokemon.
I'm gonna button mash X until it appears. Oh, there we go.
A Dragonite, a Dragonite Jeloetta fusion, and a Dusknoir Flaffy Shadow Lugia fusion.
It would be interesting, especially because my Lugia in particular is very detailed.
It's true. It's very true.
Jello, could you repeat the 4-digit code again, please?
Oh, yeah, it's 8541.
I have absolutely terrible memory when it comes to remembering numbers.
Tux, we confuse people platonically. Well, yeah, you're not wrong. I'm gonna warn you all right now, if you do decide to start looking up this blog, you're gonna see a whole other layer of lore that's like... If you decide to read through the archive, I just apologize, because for the first year and a half, I ran the whole darn thing solo. And then afterward, Higgins joined in, and the layer, and the level of holy tamale, what is going on, just kind of escalated even more, I'd say.
Yoshi, you were absolutely correct about it not deserving its hate, because it actually, I started using it on Pokemon Go, and it was a really good Pokemon, so I definitely have more of an attachment to it now, so it definitely does not deserve the hate that it gets.
I don't think any Pokemon... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, same goes for the Vanillish line. I had a Vanillix on my team in Black and White, and it was my absolute Dragon Slayer. I loved having that one on my team.
I don't think any Pokemon deserves hate, but I do think some Pokemon are objectively more attractive.
That would absolutely be correct.
Like, you can't look at Garbodor and Gardevoir and tell me that they're equally well designed. You just can't.
They're very differently designed.
Right, and that's on purpose. But here's a like I think part of it is, you know, they say beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? So if you've got something designed to a certain more attractive aesthetic or more generally attractive aesthetic, you're going to get more fans for that particular thing.
That is true.
And sometimes I'll see a Pokemon and I'm like, wow, that didn't get much attention at all, but it seems like it should have. To be fair, I'm so unused to it. I'm so new to Pokemon that I can't even pretend to be like fully objective. So, like, I'm one of those people who, oh gosh, I didn't know what this thing was.
Oh yeah, no, it was a Tranquil.
I may not have been paying attention.
I have yet to nickname this Dreadnought, but his name will be Bowser.
Bowser?
Because it's a shiny Dreadnought, so he's green with a orange shell.
I'm gonna use Quick Attack knowing darn well it won't do boo diddly. I just want Mudkip to, like, accomplish something. Oh my gosh, why was I even here? Y'all are watching this stream and it's like, hey look, Jella's playing raid battles. No, I'm not. I'm watching other people play raid battles, and I just happen to be in the same room as them.
Sometimes that's how raids play.
Yeah, I just saw that and I'm like, I don't... I take a very... See, I'm one of those people who tries not to take a very strong stance about most fandoms, because as long as you're not hurting anybody else, what do I care? Which is why I think the only fandoms I've ever really taken issue with were the Steven Universe and Sherlock ones. Because they got scary a couple times.
I actively avoided watching that series, if only because I was terrified of the fandom.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, you didn't miss much. Honestly, the show was garbage. Like, I thought it was good when I watched it, and then I realized how, like, utterly fooled and betrayed I had been. And I had to admit that I was, in fact, the clown. Ooh, Yoshi's inviting us to a raid. Okay. Let me get out of this so I can hop in with you.
I think they're actually inviting you to the raid.
Right, no, that's my point. I'm trying to get over there, but I have this bad habit of immediately... There we go, okay. I have this bad habit of... What do you mean, never mind? I'm here now. And you left. Why would you do that? Well, anyway, how many more raids can I tackle? Like, this game seems to be pretty interested in spawning them.
You can technically do as many raids as you want, whether you go after any lid beams that show up, or if you join somebody else's raid, you can technically do as many as you want.
To answer your question...
If no beams show up on your field, you can use wishing pieces to summon them.
To answer your question, Ace, the internet can ruin literally everything.
Oh lordy, I just saw what their question was.
So... yes.
I remember when Pokemon X and Y first came out, I was looking for art references, and I searched under the tag Pokemon X and Y, and yeah, let's just say the images that came up scarred me for life, and yeah, that was bad. Mind you, the adult filter was turned on, so nothing like that should have been showing up in the first place. But yeah, it was bad.
Okay, guys. 4632. 4632. Hop in. Yeah, no, Higgins is right. There's a lot of stuff that's like, well, that's, unfortunate that I had to see that.
Especially when they don't tag it properly, so even with the adult filter turned on, to where you're not supposed to be seeing that, it still ends up showing up in the dash for the general public, which is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. Just Anywho, on another more pleasant note, I am thinking, I know, a weird habit, but I do it from time to time. I am thinking it would be fun to host a contest. Oh, I've seen that one, Tux. Every time I see that image, I'm just like, oh yes, that happened. Alright, let's do this.
I have seen that one and I love it. That's like one of the few good ones out there.
Shiny Gardevoir doesn't mess around. It's kind of funny
Honestly,
because...
when
You first.
I was gonna say, it's funny when they first revealed Shiny. It was through data mine that I first saw it. I was really, really impressed with the colors that they chose for the Shiny. I really liked the black dress, and I was really disappointed that they did not follow doing the same with Mega Gallade, because I think it would have been really cool to tie in those two.
I am wholeheartedly of the opinion that Mega Gardevoir's design is one of the best Mega Pokemon designs, period. I'm also of the opinion that Gallade got the shank.
Yeah, I honestly, his Mega design isn't too different from his original design, which was kind of disappointing. I think the cape thing was pretty cool, but other than that, his overall design didn't really I think there's more they could.
Are you still there?
Can you not hear me?
Yeah, for a moment I thought you cut out.
Oh, okay.
Well, that was over fast. Man, I'm just over here accomplishing nothing. I just make the raid battles longer by Dynamaxing. I don't actually contribute anything to them other than wasting people's time.
Tux, there were so many pictures where people were basically making fun of that, where they were photoshopping the... I don't even know what that thing was called, the dual disc or whatever it was called, on the Gallade. Because it really did look like it. And now there's a Clefairy that's standing right next to me that just kind of sitting there jumping at me.
Just a day in the life. I have caught a lot of Pokemon tonight. Too bad I can't ever use any of them.
Oh, look, I actually see Yoshi's Rave.
Oh, ooh, E. Let's get in on this action. What's the link code? Tell me the link code.
555.
It's what?
2555.
Oh, okay. How do you know that? Is my chat just way behind?
Probably.
Let's refresh the page.
See, poison and fighting.
So, do you all want to hear about the rarest Pokemon plush I own? I'm going to take that as a yes because I have the microphone and I want things to be about me. Actually, you know what, Higgins? You tell them about the rarest Pokemon plush you own.
Are you talking about Jello?
Well, okay, Jello is the rarest Pokemon plush I own. The second rarest, official merchandise-wise. See, Jello is the...
Are you talking about the one in Cass?
Yes, I am. Jello is the most valid Pokemon plush, and by default the rarest since he's one of a kind. But one of the things that I have issues with is that I am a person who gets interested and then gets very invested, and suddenly I'm spending way more time and money on something that 2 years ago I didn't care about, which is true of Pokemon. If you talked to me about Pokemon at the age of 20, I would have looked at you and went, I know what Pikachu is. And that would have basically been the end of the conversation, because at that point you would have forsworn ever speaking to me again. But at some point, when I got involved with the franchise, I thought, hey, I want to get in on this action. And by get in on this action, I decided that that would mean looking up my favorite Pokemon and going for the plush of that Pokemon that I could find, as many of them as I could, and as rare as I could. And so, obviously within a reasonable budget, but right now the rarest one definitely is this Mew plush. We nickname it Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia has never come out of a box, and the reason Cassiopeia has never come out of a box is because Cassiopeia is from 1996 and was created to sell the first Pokemon movie. It was one of the merchandising pieces for it. As an additional bonus, its tail moves and its its tail moves and its voice is it speaks. So its eyes move, its tail moves, and it speaks to you. It's really cute, and I can't ever watch it because I can't take it out of the box. This is why being a collector is stupid. Don't ever do it.
I've seen that Pikachu set online before, and it's adorable. And I totally don't blame you for wanting to buy it.
Wow, Cassiopeia's SO just got really big. I bet if Cass were here, they'd be very excited.
Is Cass's SO even shiny?
I think, honestly, I don't think officially, but it's Celebi is one of those Pokemon that, because it time travels, you get the idea that it could change a few details about itself over time. Like, I see any Celebi and I instantaneously just think of Cassiopeia's SO. And I'm sure at least one of you is listening to this going, what bizarre inside reference are they talking about?
Yoshi, in regards to your question, the shiny Celebi was actually given to me as a birthday present yesterday, so it was kind of a nice little surprise.
So I actually got Pokemon home today, and I'm really debating bringing some of my shiny Pokemon over. But like,
I brought a lot of my legendaries from my previous games over.
But the problem is most of them don't even go into this game, so I'll just end up putting them in an unplayable state, and I'm not excited about that.
Yeah, I mostly was bringing the ones that I could actually use in Sword and Shield. I'm kind of hoping that once they release the expansion, the DLC in June, and then later this year, that more will be available. So,
I'm gonna sound like a real skinflint considering I dropped $70 on a 20-year-old plush toy, but it really irks me that I have to pay additional money just to have access to the Pokemon that were already in Sword and Shield. Or not Sword and Shield. Well, yeah, they are in Sword and Shield. They're just hidden behind a data lock, but Sun and Moon, that really gets under my skin.
Yeah, to be honest, I was kind of irked about the whole DLC thing, if only just because I feel like they're starting to fall in the, not quite the loot box sort of area, but it seems kind of like they're heading in that general direction. Which, to be honest, if they do start heading in that direction, I will not be taking that, because definitely a waste of time and money, because if you're going to be putting out a good game, make sure that the game is ready to go and doesn't rely on people having to shell out money every 5 seconds just to play it.
Yeah. Shigeru Miyamoto said it well. He said a good game may be delayed, but a rushed game is always bad. And
I would definitely agree with that.
I mean this in the nicest possible way, but Sword and Shield feel like rushed entries.
Yeah, I could agree with that, if only because the DLC definitely makes it seem more that way. Just because if pretty much every other Pokemon game has already had everything in it, up until this point where suddenly it's like, oh look, we have 2 extra areas, but you have to shell out extra money because it wasn't available before.
Yeah, it feels phoned in, and frankly, a little insulting. Tux, that's an excellent question. I haven't built teams with naming conventions, but my favorite thing to name Pokemon after, generally speaking, is actually an imaginary character that I used to play with my little sister back in the day. There was this character who went by the name Dodger, and you may notice that my starter's name is in fact that. And the reason for this is because of a Charles Dickens book a long, long time ago. I actually read Oliver Twist, or at least part... No. I watched Oliver and Company, which starred a dog named Dodger, and even though today I don't really like that movie very much, back then I liked it enough to name a different imaginary character after it, and that name stuck even after I went back and watched the movie a few years later and went, yeah, that wasn't that good, and read the book on which the movie was pretending to be based, which... wow. But it didn't matter, because at that point I was already committed. 2763, by the way, if y'all haven't joined in. Anyway, not to get all on Pokemon discourse, I'm not, claiming I could do it better, but I will put it this way. If the next game is not a significant upgrade overall from the way Sword and Shield are presented, I will not buy any more Pokemon games.
Yeah, Jello, your raid's not even showing up for me.
Well, we'll have to go without you this time, I'm afraid. It'll just be me and Yoshi.
It's all good.
It's okay, you probably have already caught 17 of whatever I'm about to encounter. But I'll probably still buy the merchandising because of 2 reasons. One, I still like the series, even if I'm not a huge fan of the way that the games are being directed. And 2, this is going to sound awful spiteful, but Game Freak doesn't actually get any money when you buy merchandise. So they won't be supported for doing a poor job if I buy the merchandise. Which, come to think...
That's adorable, and your OC is awesome, just because I really love Shy Guy.
Shy Guy is fantastic. I love Shy Guy. I always like Shy Guy in Yoshi's Island, how they make that little sound every time they hopped out of a pipe. That was charming.
One of my favorite things with them was, I guess they weren't technically, actually Shy Guy, but the little guys that showed up in Luigi's Mansion, the original game in the ballroom, where they were all dancing together. That was,
I haven't actually played that.
You definitely got it. That was probably one of my favorite games.
I'm playing the 3rd one right now. Gemstones and Constellations, Tux? Why Gemstones and Constellations? I'm curious.
Because they're awesome.
I mean, you all know where Cassiopeia's name comes from, which is why 99% of people who hear about the character automatically assume they're female. Remember that, Higgins? I spent, 6 months convincing people that Cassiopeia was not in fact a girl?
Yes, I do recall that, and I remember how frustrated you were about it because so many people automatically assumed that Cass was female.
Well, it wasn't a big deal that people were wrong. The problem was I would say, well, actually it's this, and then they would just use the old one anyway, and it was like, if we're going to engage, can you at least do me the honor of paying attention to the way the characters are being developed?
Right.
I caught a Corvisquire. Thanks to Yoshi's help.
Which means you have a which means you have a future Corviknight.
No, I don't. I don't get to use any of these Pokemon, doggone it. Your main is Villager with a moped? Oh my gosh, that's amazing, Ace. That's true, Tux. I know I would feel more powerful if I could throw out an Eevee and say, Amethyst, I choose you!
There are some cool gemstones out there, although I still have to say Dragonfire Opal is still one.
I'm gonna call this Big Bird because I can.
Because what?
I'm calling it Big Bird because I can. So here's the thing, guys. We've been doing this for 2 hours now. What are your guys' thoughts on switching to something else tonight? We don't have to do Mew U. I know I featured it, but if you guys want to do something else, now's your time to tell me. But we've done a lot of raids, and I'm getting to a point where I'm thinking I'm probably done raiding for a bit.
Hey, at least you have a better idea of how they work now.
No, I do. I really appreciate your help. I want to thank everybody who showed up and played. I haven't done a lot of playing with you guys on streams before, but I like doing it. 10 out of 10. Would do again. So what else do you guys want to play? We can do Mew U if you want, or we can do something else.
At some point, we need to do a stream of us racing each other on Mario Kart, just because I think it would be funny.
Mario Kart is probably me at my worst, because I'm not a nice person when I play Mario Kart. Like,
I don't
however...
think anybody is, though.
However charming and pleasant you people might think I am when I play Mario Kart, it all goes right out the window. Like, Jello is such a nice person. Ha! No. Play Mario Kart with me, and it's like, that goes right out the window. Smash Brothers. Wait a minute. Well, I don't own Melee, but is somebody saying we should play Smash Brothers? That seems like a recipe for chaos.
You could say the same about Mario, though.
Well, I think Mario Kart...
It's all versus games. Everybody's gonna be...
I think
going
Mario...
after each other. But honestly, with the chaos, I honestly think that would actually be pretty entertaining.
If we switch to Mario Kart, or if we switch to... Hey, look, there's Garbodor. Speak of the devil. I've got people voting for Mario Kart. I've got one vote. Are you voting? I feel like you're voting for Mario Kart.
I'm honestly up for whatever.
And I got Yoshi joining in for Mario Kart. Tux? You feel like driving while sleepy? Don't try this at home, kids. I just got demonetized and I've never even been monetized.
The nice thing is, though, Mario Kart or Smash Brothers, it should be easy for us all to play online together.
It's true. Okay, give me a few minutes, guys. I'm gonna push the wrong button, and then I'm gonna switch us over to let's go with Mario Kart. Let's do some Mario Kart tonight. Let's end this party on a high note and a loud note.
Alrighty, I will go ahead and switch over to that as well.
While I'm making my switch, guys, I'm going to put some more music on, and I'm going to turn my mic and so on off. Heads up, Higgins, this will not mute you. Just me, okay?
Alrighty.
Alright. Did you miss me? Alright, so let's see here. We got Ace and Yoshi and myself. We're just waiting for Higgins. I think we should have all of our audio set up normally. Y'all should still be hearing what's going on. So this is cool. This is all good and solid and all that good jazz. I'm gonna look through the Discord server and see what kind of fun stuff people dropped. I don't know if y'all saw Emo's sketch of Jello, but it's actually quite cute. And I include the actually because there's this whole thing that people do where it's all like, well, it's not very good. It's like, stop being so hard on yourself. It's really, really cool. It's very sweet. Wholeheartedly recommend observing it. If you're not in the server, you should be. Tux is like, well, I guess I have to be organized now. It's okay. None of us really are. It's video games. That's alright. You can join now. You have a moment. We're still waiting for Higgins to get in here. It's kind of weird. I'm playing Mario Kart with no sound. I can't hear what's going on, so... Character just started checking the watch. Rude. So here's a fun fact for y'all. Did you know that this tool I use to stream can also be used to record video cassettes? It's true. I've tried it.
I just finally found my game.
Hey, Higgins found Mario Kart.
Turns out I had it in the case for Animal Crossing. I don't know why, but that's where...
I've done that. I once lost my copy of Super Mario Maker like 15 minutes before I was supposed to stream it, so no criticism coming from this corner.
Well, you would think that I'd keep them in a game case, but no, I keep them in a plastic bag. You like them.
I mean, what else are you gonna do, right?
True enough. Plus, most of the game cases that they come up with only hold like 4 games, and
I'm very confused by your comment, Friffle. Tux, I have seen the vinyls and the cassettes. I know of the deep magic. I was there when it was written. Alright, I think that's everybody. Right?
I'm setting up my...
I'm not going to do any teams because I don't feel generous. Normal items. Do you guys want computer players? I guess we should have a few, right? Okay. We're going to start it easy off tonight. It's late. Nobody needs to be playing brutal stuff. Alright, y'all. Cast your votes now. Friffle didn't explain what's happening. I'm just... Oh, now I'm catching on. Gosh, it takes me forever to figure out what's going on. You have 8 seconds. Hurry, Ace. The clock waits for nobody. Dun dun dun. Okay, well your vote is Moo Moo Meadows. Cool. And we will be playing on none of those. We're gonna start off with Rainbow Road. Rainbow Road. Way to
And
go!
This is my least favorite one.
Yep, and it's not even the best Rainbow Road in the mix. There are some really good Rainbow Roads. This ain't one of them. Oh well.
Ugh, jeez, talk about a horrible start. I haven't even played it in a while. This is not a good way to start.
I keep auto accelerate turned on because I'm too lazy to hold down A. Should I be concerned about the direction my life is going? You know, I just remembered there are other people playing with me. It's a good thing I'm not here to maintain my pride or anything. I'm already willing to acknowledge that I'm probably the worst of any of you, so like, I'm totally okay with losing. As long as it's not to a computer, I don't. You know, I just realized, Higgins, your face covers up my placement. This is really a bad time to be getting this kind of mushroom. I need better handling. I need better everything. And I definitely need to not get another stinking golden mushroom on Rainbow Road. This is the worst course for this. And the game...
To be convenient? That's not how it works on Rainbow Road.
Yeah, I know, right? You'd think I would have figured this out.
And there we go off the edge.
Oh, somebody's about to be blue shelled. I can't look at the chat at all, so I'm relying on Tux to be my eyes and ears here.
I was doing good for all of 2 seconds.
That's more than I had for me. Going for me. I've got a Starman right now, and I'm deathly afraid to use it. Yep, and that's why. I flew off the cliff. Oh my gosh, I have no sense of handling. What kind of car did I pick? It's such a piece of garbage. Ah, there I go again. Gosh dang it to heck, I'm like 8th place. I don't remember being this bad at this game. Like, I'm not good, but I don't remember being this bad. Well, I just gooper bloopered somebody. I gooper bloopered somebody.
Well, you got me, that's for sure.
I got ya?
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry. Wow, those are some wild style moves you got going there, Link. Tux, I only got a glance out of the corner of my eye, but I feel like you just made a pun on Rainbow Road's name and called it Rainbow Road.
Which, to be honest, is completely accurate.
What I want to know is why does this game think it's okay? Oh. Holy cannoli! Oh my god! No! The game threw me off the cliff at the last second! I'm gonna finish in 7th. That's disgusting.
I somehow managed to come in first.
Wow. Wow. Well, that did not go very well. Okay, on the next race, I will be changing my car.
Take care,
'cause
Ace.
This is a bad choice. Take care, Ace. Thanks for joining us. Have a good one. Pain Woe Road. That's amazing. Tragically true. Tragically. People who come back and watch the stream do people do that? Do people come back and watch stream archives? Well, if somebody does, they're gonna look at this and they're just gonna be like, this is not a Pokemon double feature. This is Mario Kart. And I'll be reported for false advertising.
It's alright, they'll just have to learn to live with it.
Alright, let's see if I can't perform better on the Double Dash course. Because Mario Kart, Rainbow Road and I did not get along. Not in the very least. I don't like this car. Entire arrangement. I'm saying that because I don't want to admit that maybe the reason I'm doing badly is because I myself stink.
You usually beat me though, so.
Well, now I'm in first. I don't know if I can stay there, but I am. It's funny. I have to mute the sound so it doesn't cause feedback for you guys. So as a result, I just have silent Mario Kart. It's very awkward.
It's okay, that's how it is for me too.
Why are you listening to it silent?
Because I don't want it taking over.
Oh,
If I'm technically talking on my phone.
that's fair. That's fair. You both blew in front of me, which was a mistake. I didn't mean to let you do that. I think I'm in third, which is respectable. Not great, but respectable. Like, I become really quiet and focused, in case y'all can't tell, which, as you can also tell, does nothing at all for my skill. Like, it doesn't keep me from stinking less, it's just... I hope to be unique among the YouTubers who play video games. I'm not particularly good, you just watch me because you like me. That's my goal. To be liked. Wow, you guys are so far ahead of me. How did you do that?
I have no idea.
I mean, I'm impressed. I'm definitely changing cars after this. This car is obviously garbage. But also if I'm third. Third at least is not garbage. Mario's your favorite Pokemon? Tux, that's good to hear. It's funny, you say get wrecked and Higgins
that we're
like...
both using Isabel.
Yeah, but it seems to be working out a lot better for you than for me. I'm gonna cast my vote again. It's just random. Y'all are picking random over and over. Just once it'll pick my course.
It's easier than trying to make a decision.
Ooh, Animal Crossing.
And
I
yet
like this
for some
course.
reason it keeps picking mine though.
I like how the game was like, we'll do an Animal Crossing course, and then like they just ported it over to the Switch because this was originally for the, Wii U. So we've just got all these unique Animal Crossing villager models in this one game. It's very cute if a bit seasonal. I'm like trailing right behind you people. But I don't think my top speed can match yours. Well, you brought that one on yourself. You're like, I think I will hit you with I think I will run right into you. I'm like, well, watch this. Oh, that was just insulting. Yoshi recovered from it, like, instantly, though. Like, that didn't even do anything to slow him down. Not a joke.
They're like, I'm the pro here.
They pretty much just kept going. I was like, what on earth am I witnessing?
Magic.
Oh, come on. I hate that shell. Actually, I hate all shells. See you later. You don't get to do that.
Jeez. We shall. Jeez, where are you getting all these red shells?
This is what happens when you're in third a lot. Ugh. I'm sure the audience is like filled with joy. Like, wow, this is exciting stuff. Oh, come on!
Oh my god!
Where did you even come from? I was using mushrooms!
I had 4 mushrooms and I used the last one right before the lightning hit.
Oh my goodness.
That was a tight finish there.
I feel gypped. I feel cheated. I feel bamboozled. On the next course, I am definitely recalibrating this car. This car does not work at all. It's garbage.
Hey, look, it finally didn't select mine.
Super Bell Subway. I like Super Bell Subway. It says there's 5 people watching right now. Is that still true?
For me it says 4.
My laptop is running a bit behind tonight. It's not doing an amazing job telling me what's actually going on. By the way, everybody, for those of you who aren't aware, Tux is 3 hours ahead of us, so a moment of respect for him taking the time out of his busy life to tune in for this at midnight, because I will tell you right now, he is a very organized individual who likes to keep a nice, tight schedule, so we should all, me especially, appreciate him gracing us with his presence tonight. Me, I'm more of a night owl person. Like, I will stay up all day if I'm allowed, and all night. I just stay up by default. But I can't. Flippin', zippin', zard, bargy, ding dong computers. So the problem with this. So here's the problem with this car. It doesn't have good navigation, and it doesn't have good speed. Like, I thought it had a decent decent handling, but it really doesn't. So it's just garbage all around. Like, it goes off the walls easily. It takes forever to recover. Maintaining control of it is basically an impossibility. So I've given up on doing anything other than surviving for this match.
Jeez.
Is it just me, or are the computers remarkably aggressive considering I set them on easy?
They definitely seem to be, because I keep getting low on. Although part of that was Yoshi taking me out multiple times.
There's a predictable red shell. I've almost gotten to a point now where I've kind of broken it down to a formula. I pull ahead, a shell will hit me exactly 4 seconds later. Not less, not more.
There it is.
Who's ahead of us? Oh, it's... Are you looking at that map? Look how far ahead Yoshi is.
Oh my gosh. Yoshi, what the heck?
Either Yoshi is
Using
like...
some kind of black magic.
Say, either Yoshi is way better at Mario Kart than any of us guessed, or there's something suspicious.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a guess that they're just
Cute little beans. I want to know about these beans, Tux.
Yeah,
Hey,
Tux,
Friffle.
you can't say that and not share.
Yeah, no, you have to drop that in the server or something. Especially if those beans are related to what's happening here. Friffle, your sacrifice is also appreciated. Alright, you guys ready for another round?
I am.
Let's do this. First things
Sacrifice
first.
this to the RNG god.
Let's pick something that's not hot garbage for a vehicle arrangement. Sorry, Isabel, but you have failed me spectacularly. Alright, I'm gonna try this. The power of the bones. Ha! Fair enough. Okay. Hey, remember when we tried playing Mario Kart, but with, like, only certain items?
Oh god, that was... Wow.
Well, guess what?
That was chaotic. No.
All shall be revealed in time, huh, Tux? Well... I guess I can be patient.
Jello, you're evil.
So, question for y'all. Does this Friday night thing work better than Saturday afternoons for you? I mean, obviously it does for me. Oh my gosh! Again?
Why?
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 Oh no.
Why? This is disgusting. Ugh. Anyways, does this schedule work well for you all? It works well for me. I'm trying to find a good system. I like this more, for sure. Because I don't get Sundays off anymore either, so... Okay, well... I can't turn as tight a corner. Actually, I take it back. I can turn a much tighter one. That's funny. I got hit by a shell, and you both instantaneously passed me up. Also, my frame rate has dropped significantly. Anyone else having that problem?
Mine seems to be looking okay.
Okay, because I almost feel like I'm playing the game in slow mode right now. The Wi-Fi router's mad. It's like, let me see if I get this straight. You want to stream and play video games online? Are you out of your mind?
No.
You can have it one way or the other.
Do you want me to work out? I don't think so.
Oh boy.
I barely managed to get a hold of
The edge.
the blowhorn to get rid of the short at the last second.
Oh, that's scary. Okay, I'm doing a lot better though. I opened my big mouth.
Murphy's Law.
Yeah, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. In Mario Kart, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Anything that can't go wrong will go wrong anyway. Anything that should have gone wrong won't go wrong. And when in doubt, bomb. That's pretty much... Those are pretty much the scientific laws, if you will, of Mario Kart in a nutshell. And I still fell off the cliff. Oh gosh, and I did it twice.
I had first for 10 seconds. I knew
Oh my gosh, my frame rate is dropping. I don't know what the problem is. It just turns randomly to garbage. Like, I'll be going 60 and then it's like, you know what, actually, I think we're playing at 23. Yeah, that's not right. I'm like, I can't make split-second decisions with you doing that.
Oh no.
Just got bombed. Oh! Somebody got bullet bill blasted.
Prickly, you are absolutely correct in that online school is easy.
Online university? Oh, yeah.
I had to do some online classes for a while when I was still in college, and yeah, I do recommend it. If you have a really bad attention span like I do, it is not good.
Okay, so we were all right on top of each other for that one. That was really close.
Okay, this time I'm not gonna pick random so we don't risk getting Rainbow Road again.
Y'all didn't lose my signal, did you? Like, is everything still coming through?
Yeah, no, I can still hear you just fine.
Okay, because it just showed me that my upload speed dropped significantly, and I'm worried it's affecting the entire stream.
Yeah, no, I can hear you okay. I don't know if anybody else is having...
Oh, I see what's happened. My stream's video quality suddenly dropped significantly. It looks like my router can't do online play and this at the same time, or if it can, for a moment it choked. That would explain why my video signal dropped. I couldn't see what I was doing. By the way, these are not excuses. You guys are both clearly good at Mario Kart, but for a moment my frame rate dropped significantly, like really bad. And my video quality went from 1080p at 60 frames per second to 360p. So, apologies to everybody who just watched the video quality drop the total garbo in a sec. You know, like no time at all for no reason at all. I don't know why it did that. It seems to have stopped now. Oh, I got blue shelled in the face. Well, not in the face. I love how consistent you guys are. Like, all I have to do is take one hit and you both pass me up instantly. That's not even a complaint. I love how close the race is. Like, it's so close that I can't make a mistake. Oop. Like that. I can't do that.
I was just gonna say, did you just fall off?
I did. Yeah, that happens a lot. I don't know what magic combination Yoshi uses, but honestly, I want in on that.
For real.
Seriously, just outclassing us on every front.
Although if it comes to Smash Brothers, the one person I never want to fight usually is my brother.
Okay, well, I'm really bad at Mario Kart tonight. Not only am I getting nailed with a lot of stuff, but I'm just making some really silly blunders. It's a good thing we're just playing casually.
Times.
Good thing this isn't a championship or anything. Wow, somebody got blown up.
Secretly.
Secret championship. Yeah, take that.
Oh my gosh, you came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm really sick and tired of you sniping me right at the end, so I was like, you know what? Bang!
That was funny.
I told you, I'm not very nice after a while.
Okay, but that was like fantastic though. Just like literally came out of nowhere.
Glad you took it in stride.
At least it's not Rainbow Road again.
Oh, no kidding, right?
And not only did it
pick Rainbow Road again, it picked the same one.
Yeah, that's what makes it like...
There was no need for that.
No, it was overkill. Yeah, so my video's quality just drops, like, at random. In between picking the races, it's like, you know what? Your quality is now garbage. But it's only been doing that on Mario Kart. Like, nobody told me that they were having video issues that I know of that, like, remained persistent in Pokemon, so maybe it's a Mario Kart thing.
It might be,
It probably is, since it's got to be constant outputs. Remember playing... Y'all remember playing Mario Kart Online on the Wii? That would just destroy your confidence. I learned...
I think that goes for most online games still.
The day I learned that I would never be good at video games was the day that the Wii taught me how to play Mario Kart Online. Like, I just decided that day that nothing I did was ever going to be remotely good enough. So I committed myself to just playing for fun and being totally okay with not being able to do it any other way. I know you're right on my tailpipe. Like, yep.
You know you're not doing good when you get the blue chest.
Well, I mean, yeah, but also no. Because when it's just 3 human players, the game's items tend to get a little weird. Not to mention the settings I picked have it so that all items are, like, high alert mode. So, like, you gotta keep that.
Say that is just messed up a turd.
Well, I mean, you're not actively watching me fail, but if you were, you'd be like, that's why he's terrible. Yoshi's way up in the front, just like, am I even playing with humans?
But am I even making use of my attack right now?
The answer is no, you're playing with a Jeloetta.
I have never gotten blooper before.
Ever?
Ever.
Wow.
This is my first time getting blooper.
What are the chances?
And I fell to 6. Yay!
Yoshi, I think I just sniped you.
Oh my gosh, I made a horrible decision.
I sniped Yoshi.
This round...
I sniped Yoshi. He was waiting by the finish line. He was literally just sitting there. I don't want to sound like I'm gloating,
really
Yoshi, but I am a little bit.
Oh, that was bad.
That was insane.
Really likes Rainbow Road, I guess.
That's fine. It's fine. Alright, final race. We'll say final part of the stream, too. Let's see if we can... See if any of us can go out on a high note. This game is so weird without sound. That's scary. This Rainbow Road is a lot more straightforward, but you know that in the NES it had to have just been evil. Or SNES, not NES. Nobody played this game on the NES because it didn't exist. Mario Kart for the NES. Yeah, that must have been interesting. They call that Excite Bike.
Non-existent system.
Yeah. Well, you know, there was a racing game that featured Mario. But the thing is... Mario wasn't actually a playable character. He just kind of showed up at the title screen. So it doesn't feel like that really counts.
So it was more for show than
Right, kind of, yeah.
and Richard. And Richard. No.
When they ask you how you are, you keep to say that you're fine, but you're not really fine, but you can't get into it because they would never understand.
I was going to say something, but I'm not going to. Just because it's not PG.
We are a clean YouTube channel. Thank you. You guys are just blowing each other up, and I'm watching, and I'm just over here like, eh! I threw Yoshi off a cliff. No regrets.
Yay! Finally cut back up.
Nice. Alright, guys. Well, I think that's a wrap. Woo! What a stream, huh?
So many rainbow ribbons.
Yeah, there was. Well, thank you all for taking the time to hang out. Thanks to those of you who joined in actively to play. That was fun. It was good talking to all of you, and I want to thank you all for hanging out. And yeah, I mean, I'm never very good at goodbyes, but I had a really good time, and I hope you all did too. So, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys again on Tuesday. Take care of yourselves, alright? Higgins has nothing to say.
I'm not good with talking. But yeah, thanks for joining everybody, and thank you for having me as an additional host. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend.
Talk to y'all later. Ciao for now.